Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving deep into the art and, let's be honest, the science of talking to AI. I mean, if you've ever felt like you're just not getting what you want out of tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, you are in exactly the right place.
That's for sure, Alex. We are going to completely change how you talk to these things. The goal here is to move you from getting those frustrating kind of generic answers to getting precisely what you need pretty much every single time.
All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off right away. I think we just need to say it. Most people using these incredible tools, well, they're using them wrong.
Ugh, completely. It's not their fault, but they treat it like a fancy search engine, right? They get these vague, unhelpful answers, and they just waste so much time. We've all been there, that feeling of, oh, this isn't what I wanted. That frustration is exactly what we are here to solve today.
You got it, Sam. And we've got a super clear roadmap for you. First, we're going to break down exactly why your prompts are failing in the first place. Then we get to my favorite part. It's the single most powerful mental shift you can make, giving your AI a specific job to do. And after that, we're going to reveal the blueprint, a universal template you can use for almost any task you can think of. And of course, we'll wrap up with the common mistakes so you know exactly what not to do.
Okay, let's get into part one. The number one reason prompts fail. It's really simple, a lack of clarity. I like to think of it like using a GPS. If you just type in, "take me downtown," who knows where you'll end up? But if you give it a specific street address, boom, it takes you exactly where you need to go. AI is the same deal. Vague instructions are going to lead you to a vague or just plain wrong destination.
And this just shows it perfectly. Write about marketing. That's the take me downtown prompt. It's basically useless. But just look at the good prompt. It's so specific. It spells out the format, a 500-word blog post, the scope, 3 distinct strategies. And this is so key, the audience, B2B SaaS companies trying to reach CTOs. The AI isn't guessing anymore. It has a precise set of instructions to follow.
Okay, this next part is the real game changer. You have to stop thinking of the AI as just a search box and start thinking of it as an expert you're hiring for a very specific job.
Yes, this is where the magic really kicks in. So to break this down, we're going to approach it from 2 different perspectives. I'll be the enthusiast, focusing on the big picture, the creative side of things, and I'll play the practical engineer, focusing on the tactical, step-by-step how-to. Let's see how these 2 mindsets come together.
Right. So from my perspective, think about it like hiring a real expert. You'd never walk up to a world-class architect and just say, "build me a house," right? Of course not. You'd give them all the context. You tell them, "I need a 3-bedroom modern farmhouse for my family of 4, and it's going on a sloped, wooded lot." You give them a role and the world to exist in. That's how you get a masterpiece instead of, a shed. Exactly. And here's how we translate that great analogy into something you can actually type, a repeatable process. Let's get tactical. You explicitly define 3 things. First up is the role. You are an experienced Python developer. You're literally telling the AI who it is. Second, the context. I'm a junior developer learning Fast API. This explains the whole situation. And third, the goal. Explain how async/await works as if you're mentoring me. This sets the task, it sets the tone. All of a sudden, the AI's response is tailored, specific, and just so much more useful. Okay, wait, but it gets even better. Once you've given the AI a job, you can actually show it the exact style you want. I mean, at its core, these large language models are just giant pattern matching machines, right, Sam? So the next logical step is to give it an amazing pattern to copy. It's a technique called few-shot learning, and honestly, it's a superpower.
Right. Let's make that really concrete. Instead of just telling the AI to write a product description, you show it how. Look at this prompt. You give it 2 examples of the exact kind of punchy, benefit-focused tone you're after. Then you give it your new task. Now the AI doesn't have to guess what you mean by good marketing copy. It just analyzes the structure, the vocabulary, the persuasive style of your examples, and it replicates it. It's that simple.
Okay, so we've covered the need for clarity and the huge importance of giving the AI a job. Now let's put it all together. This is the single most important tool we're going to share today. Sam, I really think this is the game changer for people.
It absolutely is. This is what we call the universal prompt template. And I'd say it will work for probably 80% of anything you'll ever need to do.
This template, this is your new best friend. Seriously. It's just a simple 5-step checklist. Role, who is the AI supposed to be? Context, what's the background here? Task, what exactly should it do? Format, what do you want the output to look like? A list, a table? And finally,
Constraints. What are the rules? What should it avoid? If you just walk through these 5 steps, I guarantee the quality of what you get back is going to skyrocket. And look, here it is in the wild. Let's just break this down with our checklist. The role? Senior UX writer at a fintech company. Perfect. The context? We need to rewrite some error messages. The task? Make them friendly, clear, and actionable. The prompt also sets the format, asking for the rewritten messages themselves, not, an essay about them. And the constraints are crystal clear. Under 20 words, no tech jargon, and don't blame the user. This is just a perfect professional-level prompt that's going to give you exactly what you need on the first try. All right, now that you have the blueprint for how to do it right, let's quickly talk about what not to do. We're just going to run through the 5 most common mistakes that trip people up. Honestly, avoiding these is just as important as using the template itself. Okay, let's do a little rapid-fire round. Alex, what's the first mistake you see all the time?
Oh, that's an easy one. Being way, way too vague. Help me with code. Or write a story. It's like mumbling and expecting a clear answer. The AI has absolutely no idea what you're asking for.
Okay, my turn. Sam, what's mistake number 2 that drives you crazy?
Asking about too many things at once. Like, don't ask for a marketing plan, a Python script, and a recipe for lasagna all in the same prompt. You have to keep each request focused on one single clear goal. One prompt, one task. That's it.
All right, next up, mistake number 3. This is a big one. Not telling it the length or format you want. You ask for some data and you get back this giant, messy paragraph when all you really needed was a clean, simple table.
Exactly. You have to direct the output. It's that format step from the blueprint. Tell it what you want the final product to look like.
Okay, mistake number 4, and this one really gets me. It's when people assume the AI can read their minds.
Right. It has zero memory of your last project or your company's brand guidelines unless you tell it. You have to provide all the relevant context every single time. There are no shortcuts here.
And the last one, number 5, is probably the most common. It's giving up after the first try. Just getting frustrated and closing the tab.
Yes, 100%. Prompting is a conversation. It's a process. If the first answer isn't perfect, that's not a failure. That's just the beginning. You reply back. You say, make it more concise or rewrite that in a more formal tone. You refine it together.
So, if there's one thing you take away from all this, it's that prompting isn't some kind of magic trick. It's a skill.
And just like any other skill, it's built on a foundation of clear principles. It's about clarity, structure, and of course, practice. You now have the framework you need to start practicing the right way today.
Exactly right. You've got the blueprint. You know the mistakes to avoid. The only thing left to do is actually apply it. So we'll just leave you with this question. Armed with these new techniques, what are you going to build or create or solve with your very next prompt? Thanks for diving in with us today.